Definitely a unique person who was not afraid of putting his unique energy forward.
Absolutely.
It's admirable, it's inspiring because like it can be a big risk to put yourself out there that much, to be that abrasively yourself,
Yeah.
because he was like notoriously like a bit abrasive, like a bit rude,
Well,
like
like you said, he had
like,
to deal with racism and all that. He had
well,
to,
right.
he grew up he came from a different time, a
Yeah,
different world.
yeah, I mean, really, like, I know I've sort of said it, but like, you got to read the autobiography because
Yeah.
he gives all
What's
the
it called? So
context.
people, what's it? Miles.
I think it's just called Miles the autobiography. Yeah, I mean, it's the first one that
Check it
comes up
out. Check it out, people.
if you search Miles biography, like that's the one. Because he explains what it was like, coming up in East St. Louis in the 30s, like explaining his upbringing, and then moving to the city, totally, New York City at 18, totally different vibe, different experience.
Wow. Yeah.
Like
Complete.
had to reinvent his views, and had to reinvent his approach to music. I mean, he was immediately thrown in with the likes of Dizzy Gillespie, Charlie Parker, who were the kings of New York in the 40s in the jazz scene at that time. And he happened to get in with them because they had come and play. He went and played with them, and they made the connection in St. Louis. And so they basically said, "Hey, kid, come to New York. Like, we'll get you off your feet." And so he did, and that's how it all started. But like, he quickly learned that he wanted to have a different approach than those two. He didn't want to be the let's go get up on stage and perform for all these white people at these higher things. I mean, not to say that Dizzy and Bird didn't play at all these lower class. I guess you could say isn't quite the right word, but like,
Just a more traditional like jazz club or whatever,
right,
right?
like,
Instead of like you're saying, like these people would be like, let's go to the theater and see Dizzy Gillespie or whatever, and Miles was like,
like, right,
I'm less trying to
right.
do that.
They would play larger events later, and especially Louis Armstrong, Satchmo.
Yep. Yeah.
He was very instrumental with Miles because Louis Armstrong, he would always be like, putting on a smile, like he would make it like the show. Same with Duke Ellington, but like that's how they made their living
Yeah.
as Black Americans in that time period.
Performance was also very different when
Totally
it
different.
was more. Miles changed that. They were doing like the standard performance style of the
Right.
time, and then he was like
Miles made it about the music.
yes, he was like,
That was the big change.
ooh.
Is right. So Miles said, "I'm not putting on no silly monkey face for these white people
Yeah.
to, you know, like, because it makes it a spectacle, and it takes away from the actual artistry of the music, where jazz music was kind of more seen as, just like black dance music at the
Yep.
time. It was not seen as this higher art form. And so Dizzy and Bird, with all the bebop stuff, reinventing jazz language, they started to show people, wow, jazz can really be this virtuosic, technical, fast, really difficult music, similar to classical music or other, types of like more accepted traditional musical art forms in that time period. Obviously now jazz is seen as this high class thing, but
Yep.
that's really because Miles started